Amelia Earhart's name is synonymous with adventure, mystery, and pioneering spirit. Her daring flights through the skies and her passion for breaking barriers captivated the world and solidified her as one of the most celebrated figures in aviation history. Yet, despite all her accomplishments, it was her final flight that would be her most enduring legacy, one that has puzzled and fascinated people for decades. Amelia Earhart disappeared in 1937 during an attempt to circumnavigate the globe, and the enigma surrounding her fate has only deepened over time. The story of her disappearance is more than just a tale of a missing aviator. Countless theories, investigations, and attempts to uncover the truth. What happened to Amelia Earhart, and why is her disappearance still the subject of speculation so many years later? Amelia Earhart was born on July 24, 1897, in Atchison, Kansas, and from an early age, she was determined to break expectations placed on women in her time. She was known for her fierce independence, adventurous spirit, and an about the world around her. Her interest in aviation was piqued in 1920, after attending a stunt flying exhibition, and she quickly became captivated by the idea of flying. At a time when women were rarely seen in aviation, Earhart's determination and passion set her on a path that would make her an international sensation. She earned her pilot's license in 1921, and from there, her career soared. In 1928, she became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic as a passenger, and in 1932, she became the first woman to fly solo non-stop across the Atlantic. These accomplishments not only cemented her place in history, but also made her an icon of the women's rights movement and a symbol of. By 1937, Earhart had set her sights on an even greater challenge, attempting to become the first woman to fly around the world. Her plan was to follow the equator, taking a route that would cover 29,000 miles across several continents, beginning in Oakland, California. She had already completed a significant portion of the journey, having flown from California to Miami, then to South America, and onward to Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. The next leg of her journey was to take her from Lae, New Guinea, to Howland Island, a small, uninhabited island located in the Pacific Ocean. This would be a critical stretch of the journey, and Earhart and her navigator, Fred Noonan, were fully prepared for the challenge that lay ahead. The flight from Lae to Howland Island was scheduled for July 2, 1937, and it was to be one of the most crucial legs of the entire journey. The distance from Lae to Howland Island was over 2,500 miles, and the flight would take more than 18 hours to complete. Earhart and Noonan were flying a Lockheed Electra, a state-of-the-art twin-engine aircraft, which had been modified for long-distance travel. The aircraft was equipped with a radio that was supposed to help them stay in communication with the Coast Guard, which was stationed on Howland Island to assist with navigation. The U.S. government had planned for the flight carefully, providing Earhart and Noonan with extensive support. However, things did not go as planned. On the morning of July 2, 1937, Earhart and Noonan took off from Lae, and for several hours, the flight proceeded as expected. They were in constant communication with the Coast Guard and reported that they were making good progress. However, as the flight continued, the weather conditions worsened. Storms and cloud cover created significant challenges, and their communication with the Coast Guard became increasingly difficult. They were supposed to arrive at Howland Island around noon, but the island was small, and its location was hard to pinpoint, especially under the challenging weather conditions. As the hours passed, Earhart and Noonan continued to report their position, but it became clear that they were having trouble finding the island. They were off course, and their fuel was running low. The last known transmission from Earhart was at 8:43 p.m., when she reported that she was unable to locate Howland Island and that she was running out of fuel. The search efforts began immediately, but despite a massive air and sea search, no trace of the aircraft or its occupants was found. The disappearance of Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Over the years, many theories have been put forward to explain Earhart's disappearance. Some have suggested that she ran out of fuel and crashed into the Pacific Ocean. Others believe that she may have been captured by the Japanese, or that she ended up on a remote island and lived out the rest of her life in secret. Each of these theories has its proponents, and each one has its flaws. One of the most widely accepted theories is that Earhart and Noonan crashed into the ocean after becoming disoriented and running out of fuel. This theory is supported by the fact that no debris from the aircraft was found in the area where the search was conducted. The search effort, which lasted for weeks, turned up no trace of the Lockheed Electra, and the oceanic conditions of the area would have made it difficult for any wreckage to remain on the surface. Another theory posits that Earhart and Noonan were captured by the Japanese. This idea is based on the belief that Earhart's flight was not just a personal mission, but also a politically significant one. Some have speculated that the United States was using her journey to gather intelligence about Japanese military installations in the Pacific, and that the Japanese government may have taken her plane down. There are no concrete evidence to support this theory, but it has persisted in the public imagination. Additionally, some have suggested that Earhart may have survived the crash and was stranded on a deserted island, where she lived for several years before dying. This theory is based on claims of possible sightings of Earhart on various islands in the Pacific, though none of these claims have been substantiated. One of the most intriguing theories surrounding Earhart's disappearance is the idea that she may have been involved in a covert mission for the U.S. government. According to this theory, Earhart and Noonan were not simply trying to fly around the world, but were actually on a secret mission to photograph Japanese military installations in the Pacific. Some believe that the mission went awry and that the two were forced to crash land on an uninhabited island. However, there is no conclusive evidence to support this theory, and it remains largely speculative. Despite the many theories that have been proposed over the years, the truth behind Amelia Earhart's disappearance remains elusive. The mystery of her fate has captured the imagination of people all over the world, and it continues to be a subject of intense speculation. Every new discovery, every new lead, and every new theory only seems to deepen the mystery, making it seem more and more unlikely that we will ever know the full truth about what happened to Amelia Earhart. In recent years, advances in technology have given new hope to those who are trying to solve the mystery. In 2017, researchers from the University of California, Los Angeles, analyzed photographs of a remote island in the Pacific, known as Nikumaroro, and suggested that Earhart and Noonan may have crash-landed there. The researchers believe that the remains of the plane may be buried beneath the island's coral reefs. While the theory has not been proven, it has reignited interest in the case and led to renewed search efforts. The search for Amelia Earhart's remains is still ongoing, and every year new expeditions are launched in an attempt to uncover the truth. What remains undeniable is the legacy of Amelia Earhart. Her courage, determination, and sense of adventure continue to inspire generations of women and men around the world. She proved that women were capable of achieving anything they set their minds to, and she pushed the boundaries of what was possible in aviation. Her disappearance may have left a hole in history, but her contributions to aviation and her enduring legacy as a trailblazer for women in science, technology, and exploration are irreplaceable. Whether or not we ever discover the full truth behind her disappearance, Amelia Earhart will always be remembered as a pioneering figure whose life was marked by boldness, courage, and an unrelenting quest for adventure. Her disappearance may remain a mystery, but her impact on the world will never be forgotten. Though the truth of Amelia Earhart's disappearance may never be fully known, her legacy as a fearless trailblazer will continue to inspire generations. In the skies and beyond, her spirit of adventure remains an enduring symbol of courage and possibility. For more intriguing stories and mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for updates.